Just a bit, you're going to see a stone monument over there. Now, the stone monument was the original entrance of the park back in the day.
Aduh, aduh, aduh.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome aboard the Irvine Park Railroad. Glad you can join us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We're about ready to head on out. Before we do, a couple safety reminders. Please remain seated at all times. Keep those hands, arms, feet, legs, anything you want to take home with you inside the train at all times. Parents, if you got some little ones with you, keep an eye on them as well, as their safety is our utmost concern. We've got engineers Anthony and Ruben up front. They'll be taking us out. How about we let them know we're ready to go with a big all aboard on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All aboard! Make sure you wave at Engineer Hector there. He gets lonely at the station. Yeah. Bye, Hector. See you later. My name's Conductor Glenn. I'll be the annoying voice in your ear for the next 10 minutes or so as we take a 1-mile journey around Irvine Regional Park. Who knows, you may see some red ear striper turtles. You might see some rabbits, some ground squirrels, some tree squirrels, maybe some Egyptian geese. I've always said we'll see a peacock, and we never have all day long, so I'm not going to say it this time. If you're wondering, folks, you're riding aboard an authentic 1/3 scale CP Huntington locomotive, manufactured by Chance Rides out of Wichita, Kansas. We have gone fully electric here, folks, so you're riding aboard an electric version of the CP Huntington. If you want to see the real CP Huntington that helps build the Southern Pacific and Central Pacific rail lines here in California, you'd have to travel all the way to Old Town Sacramento. California Railroad Museum there has it on display there.
With my daddy.
1897 was the year, folks, and that's the year that a man by the name of James Irvine II sold to the county 160 acres of land on his ranch. And they formed Orange County Regional Park, which later became Irvine Regional. Currently, our park is 495 acres in size. We're just a little larger than the Disneyland Resort. The marker you see here on the right side of the train, the big stone marker, that is a marker for where the original entrance to the park was in 1897. Irvine Regional is one of 16 regional parks here in Orange County. However, we are the first and oldest regional park in the entire state of California. If you look off to the left side of the train in front of those people that are sitting on the grass, you'll see our family of Egyptian geese. Mom and Dad and the 5 goslings hanging out, having some lunch there on the grassy side there. We have another family that's been hanging out by the Orange County Zoo, but we haven't seen them out today. A lot of fun on the upper lake. You can see the paddle boats out and the Surrey bikes are out. You can rent the paddle boats and the Surrey bikes all the way over at the boathouse. The boathouse is located all the way across the lake, and it is our oldest building here in the park. It was built in 1914. Home to Wheel Fun Rentals, and just across from Wheel Fun Rentals is our snack shack, where if you get a hankering for some soft serve ice cream, that is the place to visit. Off to the right side of the train, folks, for your viewing pleasure only and planted by the Boy Scouts of America, we have our very own patch of poison oak. I don't recommend you sitting in it or playing hide and seek in it or having a picnic in it, as you'll need an ocean of calamine lotion to stop the itch and 30-day rash that goes along with it. Our rule of thumb here in the park is if it has leaves of 3, you leave it be. Entering the upper loop, folks, we're going to be going through a grove of California coastal live oak trees. Those are the trees with the dark gray bark and the small dark green leaves. California coastal live oak and the sycamore tree are the only 2 tree species that are native here to the park, as they were once part of an ancient forest that grew through this region. Look to the left side of the train, folks. You'll see one of the oldest trees here in the park. It's a California coastal live oak. It's got a large bump on the bottom and a broken right arm. This is one of the oldest trees here in the park. Estimated to be between 400 and 450 years old. And just right to the side of the California coastal live oak sits our bird bath. The bird bath is one of the oldest structures here in the park, built in 1919. It was supposed to be one of 12 that were built here in the park. However, this is the only bird bath that was built. This serves to hydrate and clean the various bird species as well as the occasional squirrel that will get in there and take a bubble bath. Founder statue off to the right of James Irvine and his two Irish setters, getting ready for a day of hunting here in the park. Statue was dedicated in 1997 at the park's centennial birthday celebration. It's called Winds of Change as it faces eastward into the prevailing Santa Ana winds. Nature Center here, built in 1929. It's free to go in there. You can learn about the history here of the park as well as some of the natural beauty that's here at Irvine Regional. And just across from the Nature Center, all the way across the lawn, is the Orange County Zoo, where you can go see hundreds of animals on display there. The cost is $2 per person to get in.
You remember running rowboats out there in the lake?
If you look all the way across the lake again here, folks, you'll see our stone dock. And right in the middle of that stone dock sits our Civil War era cannon. Cannon was forged in 1863 in New Jersey. Found its way here to Irvine Regional in 1926, where it sat on that shore guarding against enemy kayaks ever since. The monument you see farther up from the cannon commemorates those from Orange County that served in the Spanish-American War, and the plaque on that monument is made from the steel of a sunken battleship, the USS Maine, which exploded under mysterious circumstances in Port of Havana at the beginning of the conflict in February of 1898. If you like to fish, folks, here, you can fish here at Irvine Regional. We are a catch and release facility. The lakes are frequently stocked with catfish, trout, bass, carp, and occasional bluegill can be caught as well. If you're over the age of 16, though, you do need a fishing license, as those pesky park rangers will come around and check the paperwork. Look to the left side of the train, folks. That is a grove of California coastal live oaks. You can see them. They're the ones with the dark gray bark and the small green leaves. They are evergreen trees, so they'll stay green year-round. Look to the right side of the train, folks. Those are our sycamore trees. Those are the ones that have kind of the bleached white bark and the larger green leaves. They are not sycamore trees, so they will lose their leaves as soon as fall starts. Lower Lake here is home to about 40 to 50 red-eared striper turtles. Don't see any out right now, as they're probably jumping back in the water from that person over on the opposite shore. They probably didn't like him, so they jumped right back in the water. They come out of the water when the sun is out because they need to bake their shell. It gets very soft in the water, so what they do is they come out and they sit in the sunlight, harden it back up so they can go right back into the water and stay for a while. Oh, I can see some of them with their heads poking out above the water. Bells and whistles, folks, that is my cue to remind you to remain seated and keep everything inside the train. Prepare yourselves. You're about to experience the world-famous Irvine Regional Park Railroad Tunnel. A lot of people like to make a lot of noise when they're in tunnels. Some people will scream. Some people howl like wolves. Some people put their hands straight up like they're on a roller coaster. Make lots of noise while we're in the tunnel, folks. We'll be pulling into the station here in just a few moments. Make sure you're looking to the right at the end of the tunnel so you can catch a glimpse of our gold mine cart and waterfall exhibit. Thanks again, folks, for coming out and riding the train. Sure hope you enjoyed your train trip. Kindly take a moment now to gather those personal belongings. Hats, glasses, cell phones, purses, your kids. Those kind of things remain seated until we come to a full and complete stop, which time it'll be safe to exit to the right-hand side. Now, on behalf of engineers Ruben, Anthony, Hector, and myself, enjoy the rest of your day here at Irvine Regional. Wait for it here, folks. There you go, you're all set. Watch your heads and have a great rest of your day.
Bye.